You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery gang.
You know, I wouldn't even have acknowledged him if I didn't think he was worthy of an opponent. A lot of talk shit, I don't acknowledge him at 50. Oh yeah, let's go. I want to see. I want to know how real it is. I want to see your television network. I want to see you direct a movie. I want to see your clothing line. First of all, shit is not dentures. These are my grills, right? And what happened was, you know, I have to go get implants put in. So I have implants. And I got them 20 years ago. And every 20 years, you got to switch them out. So I have to do a surgery, pause, oral.
On Saturday night during his performance at Roots Picnic, Jay-Z, who has been making headlines far more frequently than he has in recent years, delivered a freestyle aimed at several people he has had issues with over the years. He specifically took shots at Drake, Dame Dash, Nicki Minaj, Jaguar, Wright, Tory Lanez and others. Now when it comes to Dame Dash, we all know that Dash and Jay-Z have been at odds ever since Jay-Z decided to part ways with his former business partner back in 2004. For many, that split marked the beginning of the downfall of Rockefeller Records, the label they built together. During his freestyle on Saturday night, Jay-Z specifically targeted Dash's current financial struggles and even referenced Dash losing his teeth. Jay went on to say, another one fumbled his. Wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who did it. It's a murder mystery gang.
So the Roots Picnic went down over the weekend, but we are going to get right into the stuff. So Jay-Z, he did a freestyle in the midst of his performance and addressed a lot of things that we've seen play out over the last year. Let's take a listen to part 1 of his freestyle.
Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery gang. You had to cash cow and thunk it. Was you who punked his? I'm the one who struck the pain. That hill you can die on is way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name.
Yo, spoken word, that's crazy.
Nah, he's spitting bars.
Listen,
He's rapping.
He does that all the time, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when he has these special concerts, whether it's the B-side or something, he always gonna give you a freestyle to let you know exactly what he's been thinking.
Yeah,
so
cut
the beat.
So
not playing.
In this part, in this part of the diss, or the response, or whatever you want to call it, he is talking about Tory Lanez. He's talking about when he talks about, you know, being on the jail phone and talking about having in the drink. That's the Meg Thee Stallion situation. Mm-hmm. The ambulance chaser, Tony Busby, and those allegations that he threw out, which we watched fumble right in front of our eyes. He also talks about the Tony Busby reference and just the fact that people have not heard him directly talk about what that year was like for him, like when he was accused of all those things.
Go to the second part. Come on. Go to the second part.
Let's stop right there. If you're a casual hip-hop fan, that verse probably sounded like a lot of words strung together beautifully. But if you've been following the underground chaos of the last 2 years, that was a surgical strike. First target, Tony Busby, the ambulance chaser Jay mentions. That's the attorney who filed those explosive allegations against Jay-Z back in 2024. The case that almost ruined his reputation. Jay is saying, "You wished I never cleared my name, but I did second target. Tory Lanez, your son on the federal jail line mumbling something about heaven too much in his drink." That's a direct reference to Tory's prison calls and the Megan Thee Stallion shooting. Cold, calculated, and then the line that broke the internet. Another one fumbled his. Wonder how I get the blame. Teeth tumbling out their mouth. That's not a metaphor, that's a playback of Dame Dash's most embarrassing moment. And Jay is saying, you did this to yourself, stop blaming me.
Come on, go to the second part, come on.
Get to the second part.
My children and some of them, have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin. Ask Unharmed playing. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch how saniac in my presence, nigga, shrink. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him. You was wondering why I do the freestyle rehearsal. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her king can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government.
Now we're getting into the deep cuts. That nut ass still stuttering, that's Dame Dash again. But pay attention to the next line. Quest introducing me to Jack. That's Questlove, the Roots' drummer and musical director. Jay is saying, even your own people are connecting me to opportunities you couldn't get then. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. That's Jaguar Wright, the singer who spent the past 2 years on podcasts accusing Jay and Beyonce of unthinkable crimes. Jay is dismissing her as obsessed, not a threat. A fan, what's brilliant here is the structure. Jay doesn't dedicate full verses to anyone. He gives each enemy 1 or 2 lines, like he's checking names off a list. That's not desperation, that's dominance. He's telling the world, you're not worth more than 10 seconds of my time.
Yeah, I would get with homie. If you want to work, we could work. I'm never mad at generals linking up. So, again, you know, I wouldn't even have acknowledged him if I didn't think he was worthy of an opponent. A lot of talk shit. I don't acknowledge him at 50. Oh, yeah, let's go. I want to see. I want to know how real it is. I want to see your television network. I want to see you direct a movie. I want to see your clothing line. I want to see if you're the real deal. Just see me, see if I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hold on. Oh, God. Here, talk to him for a second.
What?
Just for a second.
What are you about to do? Hello? What's up, yo?
First of all, shit is not dentures. These are my grills, right? And what happened was, you know, I have to go get implants put in. So I have implants. And I got them 20 years ago. And every 20 years, you got to switch them out. So I have to do a surgery, pause, oral. And the fucked up shit is, I'm going to show you a lot. Okay? I got. So that's what happened, the punch. But, you know, I thought it was hilarious. I ain't tried to edit it. I think it's good for jokes and shit. But yeah, they're not dentists, and I think it's hilarious.
Here's where the script flips. Most people expected Dame to get angry, to cry conspiracy, to play the victim. He did none of that. Watch his body language. He's leaning back. He's almost smiling when he says, test. See me. See if I'm the real deal. That's not defense. That's a challenge. And the teeth explanation. I have to get implants put in. I got them 20 years ago. Every 20 years you got to switch them out. That's not an excuse. That's a flex. He's saying, I'm so rich and so honest that I'll explain my dental surgery on Instagram live while laughing at myself. This is the difference between Dame and every other person Jay has ever beefed with. Dame doesn't want an apology. He doesn't want a settlement. He wants a competition, movies, fashion, television. He's calling Jay's bluff.
I feel like that's the reason why they have to bring my name up all the time. I thought that rap was it was bad. It was terrible. Even the way he projects, because again, I'm critiquing him from where he was and where he is. And then I'm like, damn, like, like, why are you trying to make people look like at the outline of you and not directly at you? Why do they keep putting you in these funny hairstyles? And who is this? What version of this would have sold if Jay would have came out in that stupid ass hairstyle with them dull clothes with nothing shiny in 2096 when we were coming out, would that have been the one that you would have been a fan of? And then he's getting that Drake. So to me, that's what it looks like when you owe the devil money. They make you dress funny. They take all your jewelry away. And then they make you do what they say. I watched what happened to Kev Hart the other day. It was sad. So I went from being like a little aggravated with him to now feeling sorry because I'm actually watching what happens after 25 years after you sell your soul. You're in hell. You can't tell me when you were 30 that you wanted to be 60 with this stupid ass hairstyle, beefing with niggas that you know are gonna get at you all day long. Like, what I gotta do? Like, I don't want to see Rockefeller look like that. It's still a reflection of me. I love Freeway. He's on my out. I can guarantee. Here, how about this?
Now Dame is getting philosophical, and this is where his argument becomes dangerous for Jay. He says, "Why are you trying to make people look at the outline of you?" Translation: you're hiding behind your afro, your weird outfits, your billionaire status. Show us the real you. Then he drops the nuclear line. That's what it looks like when you owe the devil money. Dame is accusing Jay of selling his soul, not metaphorically, contractually. He's saying the reason Jay performs at the Super Bowl, wears what he's told, and shills for corporations is because he's owned, not a boss. An employee and the Kev Hart reference? Kevin Hart recently faced major public backlash and legal issues. Dame is lumping Jay in with every celebrity who traded authenticity for a check. This is smart, because you can't rap your way out of this accusation. Either you're a billionaire who makes his own rules, or you're a puppet. Dame is forcing Jay to prove which one he is.
There's a little bit mumbling and fumbling there. I was a little bit shocked by that. Usually Jay, who I give immense credit for being a great performer, he's one of those rappers who rap every single word. He doesn't use backing tracks. He is definitely a top and elite MC. I know this was a freestyle, but he got up there and it wasn't, if you've ever seen the B-side freestyles or anytime he kicks one of these like freestyle soliloquies, if we're being fair, there was something slightly off. It felt a little bit jittery, wasn't as smooth. You remember how Jay-Z treated like Jim Jones in The Game back in the day? That's how Drake should treat Jay-Z now. Boy, I just dropped the hottest album. I'm the only thing moving in hip hop right now. Even your moment you had to make about me. This is your first pop out. Nobody remembers. Yes, by the way, he reunited back with Freeway and Beanie Siegel on stage. Nobody's talking about nothing else other than him dissing Drake. If I'm Drake, I treat Hove like the look like that he is. I don't even give him a response.
Let's bring in the voice of reason, DJ Akademiks. Love him or hate him, he understands the streaming generation. His critique is honest. Jay's delivery wasn't perfect, it was jittery. For a guy who's known as one of the greatest live performers ever, that's a rare stumble. But here's the real takeaway. Akademiks says Drake should ignore Jay. And he's right. Strategically, think about it. Drake is at the peak of his career. He just dropped 3 albums that broke every streaming record. Jay-Z hasn't released a solo project in years. If Drake responds, he elevates Jay back into the conversation. If he stays silent, Jay looks like the old man yelling at clouds. That's why Jay mentioned Drake at all. He needs the attention, and Drake knows it.
Yeah, you can't doubt that, man. You could call me a glazer, a Hove Avenger. He gets busy. He is by my.
If you think you glazer, you probably glazer.
Definitely.
All right, fine.
Envy love glazer.
You like the taste?
But I love.
Not asking
Drop one of Clues bombs for Hove.
It's getting real jizzy.
How do you say you like the taste? Top Clue bomb.
And you said it looking up from that oatmeal. That just didn't feel right.
You see what I'm wearing this morning, right?
I know that's right.
Talk into it. I'm in here reporting on anything that's going on. You see
And
me?
I love his hair. I love the hair.
Yes.
I do want to say one thing, right? Like when you think about Jay-Z and the freestyle that he did, right? Mm-hmm. Whether you want to call it a diss or whatever, getting dissed by Jay-Z is one thing, but when you realize Beyonce probably feels the same way about you, that's gotta hurt in a different way. Because now your mama, everybody loves Beyonce, right? Your mama, your grandma, your daughters, everybody like, damn, so that means Beyonce don't like you either?
Yeah.
God damn. Wow. That's gotta hurt, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You ever think about that?
Yes. I did not think about that.
You know what I'm saying? That means that, because you know he venting to her.
Yeah, because Question said no one even knew that freestyle was coming, but I'm sure she knew.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
This is the closing argument from Jay's camp, and it's almost unfair. The hosts make a brilliant point. Beyonce is America's sweetheart. She doesn't get involved in beefs. She doesn't do messy. So when Jay is throwing shots, the assumption is Beyonce approves. She's heard it all. She's probably in the next room nodding her head. That means every person Jay disses isn't just fighting him. They're fighting the Carters. And you don't win that battle in the court of public opinion. Dame can talk about selling souls. Drake can talk about streaming numbers. But at the end of the day, Jay goes home to one of the most beloved women on the planet. That's a level of validation no chart can measure.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, because I know they got double agents all over. They play like that. To me, bitch ass niggas unite. What I didn't like is that he paused. I thought it was disrespectful to call me a nut ass nigga. Like, even though that's what they say in Philly, pause. Don't play with me like that, Jay. Don't do the nut thing. That's nasty. You know we don't do that. Keep it jokes. Just keep it jokes. But if we want to battle, anytime Jay wants to battle on the stage, I will personally destroy him. Anytime he wants to do a fashion line, I'll destroy him. Pause. Anytime he wants to make a movie, I will destroy him. Any television show or docuseries or book, I will destroy him. Pause. Like, it's not even close. Kanye just did 80,000 and they built the stadium for him, I think. Now that's rhythm. Getting on the roots with a stupid afro and doing a freestyle, a battle freestyle, after you just said that battle rap's not good for rap, is just dumb. And I'm just wondering who's telling him, or who's, because someone has to be giving him orders. But those are the wrong ones. It just looks like they're trying to cook him.
And here's where we end with Dame Dash at his most confident. He's offended by the nut-ass line. But he's not crying. He's setting terms. Stage, fashion, film, television, books, anything. This is the gambler's mentality. Dame has lost almost everything. His label, his money, his teeth on a live stream. But he still believes he can beat Jay in a fair fight. The question is, will Jay accept? He's got billions. He's got Beyonce. He's got nothing to prove. But Dame is calling him a coward in front of the entire culture. And in hip-hop, that's the one accusation you can't ignore. So here's my final take. Jay won the first round on bars, but Dame won the narrative. He turned a diss track into a conversation about authenticity, ownership, and soul. And that's a battle no billionaire can buy their way out of. That's the breakdown. But this story isn't over. Dame already hinted at more. Drake hasn't said a word. And Nicki Minaj? She's been quiet, which is never a good sign. So here's what I need from you. In the comments, tell me, who are you siding with, the billionaire or the fighter? And before you answer, remember what Dame said. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It's how much bills you have at the end of the month. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Because when round 2 drops, and it will drop, you're going to want to be here. I'm Chosen Soul Path. See you in the next one.